This isn't just a birthday gift, it's a lifetime memory. That's what fans are saying after Dylan Wang pulled off one of the most emotional and heart-stopping surprises ever witnessed, and yes, it happened on Shen Yue's birthday. The day started simple. Shen Yue posted a casual selfie with a cake, captioned, "Grateful for another year." Fans wished her well, expecting the usual low-key celebration. But what no one knew was that Dylan Wang had been planning something for months, and not even Shen Yue saw it coming. At 6 p.m. sharp, Shen Yue received a message on her phone. No name, just a short line. "Put on something comfortable. Your surprise awaits." Her manager handed her a blindfold and led her to a waiting car. Cameras followed discreetly, but she was told nothing. When they arrived, the blindfold came off, and Shen Yue gasped. Before her was a rooftop in the heart of Shanghai, glowing with hundreds of candles arranged in a heart shape. Giant screens lit up showing video clips from her career, her fan moments, her childhood photos, and at the center stood Dylan Wang, holding a bouquet of 101 white roses. "You once told me white roses felt pure, like the start of something new," he said. "Today, I want to give you new memories, ones you'll never forget." Tears filled her eyes. She whispered, "Dylan, how did you plan all this?" "Every time you smiled this year, I wrote it down," he said. "And every time you cried, I promised I'd do better. Today, this is for both." Suddenly, the moment was broadcast live on social media. Fans watching from around the world burst into tears. "Is this real? They're the main characters of 2025. I'm crying over people who don't know I exist." And then, Dylan took out a small velvet box. The crowd watching online held their breath. "No, not a proposal," he laughed, sensing the panic. "But something just as important." Inside was a custom locket, engraved with the words, "My favorite day is your smile." Shen Yue opened it. Inside were photos of them from behind the scenes, candid moments, and a tiny scroll with handwritten lyrics of a song Dylan wrote himself. With a soft guitar intro, Dylan performed live. His voice shook at first, but steadied with emotion. Shen Yue covered her mouth, unable to hold back her tears. The lyrics spoke of friendship, missed moments, and the hope of forever. "If this is just the beginning, then let birthdays never end, because every time you age, you still feel like my best friend." As the song ended, Shen Yue hugged him tightly. "For a long time, you just made me believe in something again," she whispered. The cameras caught that moment, and it became the most shared photo of the day, with fans captioning it, "True love doesn't need a label, it just shows up." As the music faded and Shen Yue clung to Dylan in tears, the rooftop was silent except for the distant hum of the city below. Neither of them said a word for a long moment. But it wasn't silence, it was peace. The kind only two people who had shared years of friendship, fame, and quiet feelings could understand. The crowd watching live had no idea what to expect next. Was this a soft launch? A love confession? A goodbye? But then Dylan whispered something into Shen Yue's ear that the microphones barely picked up. "I didn't do this to impress anyone. I did this because I wanted you to know that you've always mattered most." Shen Yue looked up, visibly trembling, not from the cold, but from being overwhelmed. "You don't know what this means to me," she said quietly. "You've done more tonight than some people I've known my whole life." Just when fans thought the night couldn't get more emotional, Dylan reached behind one of the flower displays and pulled out a small white box tied with a pink ribbon. "You remember when we filmed Meteor Garden?" he asked. She laughed through her tears. "I remember you forgetting your lines every 5 minutes." Inside the box were tiny Polaroids, behind-the-scenes photos, and short handwritten notes from Dylan, dated across the past 5 years. Notes from moments only the two of them had shared. Each one carried a caption like, "You looked like sunshine that day. You cried after that scene, but no one knew. I saw you. You made me laugh when I wanted to give up." Fans watching the stream began commenting things like, "This is a love story, and nobody can tell me otherwise. They've been in love 4 years and we missed it." Suddenly, the rooftop lights dimmed. From the horizon, fireworks lit up the skyline, but they weren't random. They spelled out, "Happy Birthday, Shen Yue," in brilliant pink and silver sparks. she gasped, hands over her mouth. How did you? Dylan smiled. I called in every favor I had, just for you. Then, just as the last firework faded, Shen Yue turned to him, and, in a moment fans will be replaying for eternity, said softly, you're not just my co-star. You're the reason I believe good people still exist. Though the public footage ended there, several staff members and insiders later leaked private reactions. According to one crew member, they stayed on the rooftop long after everyone left. No cameras, no lights, just the two of them sitting on the edge, talking, laughing like it was their own world. And if that wasn't enough to send fans into a meltdown, a blurry photo surfaced the next morning, Dylan and Shen Yue walking hand in hand under a shared umbrella, leaving the rooftop quietly at dawn. The fandom exploded with reactions, edits, and even fan collab videos titled things like, "The night Dylan chose Shen Yue," signs they were meant to be. Shen Yue's softest smile was always for him. Some fans even campaigned for a new series starring the two again, this time, with the tagline, "No acting required." As Dylan and Shen Yue walked down the quiet, early morning street under the same umbrella, neither of them said a word. The rain had started to fall, gentle, cleansing, almost symbolic. They didn't rush. They walked like time had frozen just for them. Once they reached Dylan's car, he opened the door for her. She paused and looked at him, the city lights casting a glow across her face. "You really did all this for me?" she asked again, almost like she still didn't believe it. He nodded. "Every part of it. You deserve more than cake and candles. You deserve to know you're loved without cameras, without filters." Instead of returning to her hotel, Dylan quietly drove Shen Yue to his apartment, a place she'd been to before, but never like this. The warmth of the space, the simplicity of it, and the fact that he already had her favorite tea waiting on the counter said everything. They sat by the window, the city still asleep below them. "You never asked me how my year really was," she said quietly. "I didn't need to," he replied. "I watched you smile for fans when I knew you were tired. I watched you give your heart on set, even when you were hurting. I saw everything, and I remembered it all." She stared at him, eyes welling again, not because she was sad, but because someone had finally seen her beyond the fame, beyond the filters. Later that day, while Shen Yue rested, Dylan checked his phone and saw a video had gone viral, not the official livestream, but a fan shot behind the scenes clip that captured them laughing, holding hands, and the moment Shen Yue kissed Dylan on the cheek. "We saw that kiss. Don't ever tell me chemistry is fake again. Can we just call them husband and wife already?" What made this different was that the clip wasn't meant for public eyes, and yet it wasn't invasive. It was soft, real, and it captured something undeniable: love. When Shen Yue woke up the next morning, she posted a photo of the rooftop, the roses, and one sentence that stopped hearts: "The best gifts don't come in boxes. They come in moments, and mine came last night." She didn't tag Dylan. She didn't need to. Everyone knew. By mid-afternoon, news broke that a top Korean drama director had seen the live stream and reached out to both their teams. "We want them as leads in our next romantic series. No auditions. We just need a yes." But neither Dylan nor Shen Yue had responded. Instead, they were still together, walking through a quiet park in disguises, laughing about the fan edits, and pretending the world was still asleep. "Do you regret letting them see this side of us?" she asked. "No," he said with a smile, "because this was the first time they saw the real us. And maybe it's time we stop hiding it." Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and turn on your notification bell for exciting updates on your favorite celebrities.